It is August here in the Midwest, and this is a time of the year in early August where there's usually what they call a nectar dearth. Not a lot of natural flowers producing a lot of nectar until goldenrod comes out. So nectar flows down, and usually bees are actually consuming some of their honey reserves right now to make themselves keep going. What I'm videoing here is actually not a bee, for those of you who are astute enough to realize that in the beginning, but this is actually a yellowjacket. This is one of our bees' enemies. It's one of our enemies. It's the one that robs us of our joy during outdoor eating. And the yellowjacket is also a major threat to the bee population starting this time of year, because they too are starting to ramp up their numbers and are at a peak thing, and they will be getting ready to start robbing honeybee hives of both honey and their brood. I have never had a colony loss so far from them, but one of my friends and mentors has. So what I have here set up for now is a yellowjacket trap. And think of this yellowjacket has actually sensed what's going on here. It came with a pre-made solution. It already killed several bald-faced hornets, which is another nasty little insect here. But I've filled this trap with, now that their pre-stock solution is gone, I'm just refilling it with balsamic vinegar and beer. And yeah, I drizzled a little bit of honey as a bait because they seem to be very much gravitated towards that scent. And so this is an integral part of beekeeping also in an indirect way. Again, this is set up probably less than 10 minutes ago, so it's not going to be attract anything quite yet. But using these traps where the top trap is just, they smell the solution going through the bottom. This bottom trap, there's a disc in there soaked with balsamic vinegar and honey to again attract these wasps of various types and get them trapped and killed. And it's just going to way to get them from not going into the hives, which can be defended if their numbers are very large. But if the numbers of yellowjackets are strong enough, they will overwhelm the honeybees and ultimately decimate the hives. They'll take the honey out for their food, and they'll even strip out and rob the brood to kill the larvae to feed their own larvae. And so it could be a devastating thing. And there will be probably some other things that I'm going to do, such as put out guards or entrance reducers to the hives, which are right over here, not that far away from them. Some of them already have an entrance reducer. Let's see, like this guy here. This here hive, you see there's this little wooden block in front of the hive itself that reduces the entrance to just that one little hole. And you know, some opponents to this say it slows down traffic, that they can't get in there, and reduces ventilation capacity in hot weather, and we get it. But it is something that in nature many of these guys will you know, just have a tree hole that's probably not much larger than that's the whole colony's entrance and exit. Here's one without one, where you can see the bottom board is white, the box is yellow, and there's just one big landing strip. And you know, it's fine. That's cool for their purposes of getting in and out. They have a little more room to work, but again, that does leave them more prone for wasp attacks. And so I'm gonna look to see if I have any extras that I could fill out the ones that I do. Unfortunately, I would have to do a lot of configuring for these things that are called they're essentially called double nukes, where there's a left box and a right box, and these are actually separate. This side has the entrance on the other side, and this one over here. So these are actually two colonies side by side, which are much skinnier and taller. But I bought what they called a nuke entrance reducer, but it didn't fit because I think the entrance on this double nuke is just a little smaller than a standard nuke, which is an independently standing box where you raise a small nucleus colony to provide strengthened resources for a weak hive and things like that. But anyways, that's one of the things that I'm doing for August, in addition to monitoring my mite counts, and because now is the month where they really will start ramping up. I could do a mite count and get a small percentage in July, and they're like 1% of a load on the bees. Got to throw away this wax chunk. But the brood itself always has more mites than the bees, and so all of a sudden you can find yourself, oh, 1%, that's not bad. And then 1 month later, check it, and it's at 5%, which is already a death-causing number if you don't take immediate action. So that's the other part that I'm watching very closely at this point in time. But I have 3 5-gallon buckets of honey already harvested for the year. I'll see if there's any more. If I don't get any more and the rest is just for them, that's okay. It's been a great year already, and so there's definitely honey for sale. But this is just a bit of an explanation what I'm doing apart from just opening up the hives and checking them out. Additional stuff that I'm doing to take care of them. Here is a second wasp trap outside there too, so I'm taking it very seriously. Have a great day, everybody. And it only took a few minutes after my finishing of the first video to actually have my victims find the trap. I had the video of the yellowjacket, which is still buzzing around trying to find its way where the scent is coming from. But now over here there's a bald-faced hornet, which is a nasty critter, very aggressive little guys. Look at that, look at that sucker, black and white. They are definitely gravitate to that honey in minutes. And so yeah, there's a little honey drizzle on the outside, which is by design. It's sort of like a bait for free food. Hopefully this hornet will tell her buddies at home about this great find, and one hornet will become 12, and once they clean up the meager amount on the outside of this hive, they're going to smell what's going on in there, jump down, and drown. But yeah, it's already in minutes into it, already attracting wasp predators.